Father God, please let this cup pass from me. Literally. Amen. Alright, so all humor aside, let me just warn you, this video might get a little bit raw. But first, before we talk about what's in my cup, my literal cup, and the cup of life, I guess, let's talk about my new kitchen and my kitchen cabinets. I am in my new kitchen. I am loving it so much. The kitchen remodel was probably one of the most popular videos here on this channel. We just transformed this kitchen. It's still not completely finished, but we're still working at it. Some paint and sanding needs to be done. However, a lot of you have been asking different questions about my custom cabinets, like some features about it, like the Appliance Garage, some other things. So I thought, you know what? Kind of fun to take you all on a tour. Just kind of go through the cabinets, the drawers, some of the special features we got in them. If you don't like just going through other people's drawers, then this video is not for you, but I thought it'd be kind of fun. All right, so right here in the corner, we have kind of this funny 45 angle, and the reason we did it is because the way this kitchen is laid out, as you can see, we have two windows there, and then it just goes straight over into the other room. To have a straight counter would have been not quite as finished looking, I believe, so we went with a 45. Some of you were wondering how that looks, and so I'll show you here. When you open this, the drawers go all the way to the back, and then you can also access them from this side. Now, one thing I wanted to mention, I'm still kind of working at figuring out how I want my whole kitchen laid out. Like, there's still some drawers I might switch up. They're not just super organized, but one thing that I did do when I went to bring all the stuff back into the kitchen, I got rid of so much. Right now I want to minimalize a lot, just have what I need instead of all this clutter. I still need to go through and do it again a little bit here and there. But this corner cabinet, like you saw, this is sort of the odds and ends of stuff. I had some extra long saran wrap and tinfoil, I believe, that didn't fit anywhere else. I put it in there. I had some extra baking dishes that definitely come in handy when you have company, and then some tinfoil like dishes that I just threw in there kind of for storage. And then our egg cartons where we put eggs in. My arm's getting so heavy. I am like weak. So that's kind of some odds and ends catch-all, but I don't think that's how I want to keep it. I want to use that a little bit more efficiently, but for now, that's how it is in that corner. Moving on, beware of this drawer. This is our kind of catch-all junk drawer. I had some attempts of organizing this. I need to go through it again. We have way too much pens and clutter, but I think we all have one of these drawers. And then right here, of course, my pot holders and stuff right next to the stove. And what I love is we got like the soft close drawers. It just makes it so nice. Down below is where I keep all my pots and pans, and they have the pull-out drawers. So I still have some pans that need washed. They go in here, and then I have another one down here with some of my bigger stuff. Moving up top here, you can see it's just kind of standard, and I honestly don't have a whole lot up there right now. One of the things, I know this is not part of my kitchen custom kitchen cabinets, but I love, 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 love my double oven. Some of you were asking what kind it is. It's a KitchenAid. It's definitely a more expensive oven, but so worth it. I had heard warnings about like some ovens are just junk with the double oven, like they don't heat properly and they're not worth your money. And we heard a lot of good things about KitchenAid. So we decided to invest, and I do a lot of like baking, not like the sense of cake style baking, but like baking meats, sweet potatoes, that type of thing. I really rely on my oven, so it's super, super nice to have a double oven where I can heat two different things at two different times. And then we also upgraded to a microwave. Ours was like ancient. We had gotten it used, I think, back when we first got married, so I can hardly hold this camera. I think I'm losing arm strength. But anyway, so the microwave up here, love it. It's actually a convection oven as well as a microwave. I didn't even know they make something like this. So technically I have 3 ovens. The top one, it's not as powerful because it's just a 110. So it's just better for keeping things warm. Just your, steaming vegetables, just your small type of things, not your major meats to my understanding. But anyway, so I really like my range set. Super blessed to have it. All right, moving on up to the top. These are just standard cabinets, but I did do some organizing here already. I'm not a fan of the blue. Dollar Tree was out of white and I had some blue ones here, so I just used that. I have a little label maker. I went along and labeled everything as well as like on the shelves so we know where each one goes. There's like medicines, supplements. We have our protein powders, different of my supplements that I take in there. Moving on over, nothing much to see up here, just normal cabinets again. I have some storage in there, some random things I don't use like the waffle maker, fondue pot, that type of thing. I don't use a whole lot, so that stays up there. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the kitchen. I had showed this before, but this is my spice rack. I got these jars off of Amazon. I'll try to remember to link them below. They came with these neat little stickers. Some of them didn't have what I needed, so I just used a label maker. Yeah, I really like it. I don't have all the jars completely filled. This down here is still a bit of a wreck, but yeah, a lot of cooking supplies and spices right where I need it. This next section right here is the one thing I wish I could change. I wish I would have put drawers the whole way down. It would have been much more handy because I have plenty of room for my pots and pans over there. I was thinking I might be kind of cramped because I would love to have tea towels over here, have more options for like teaspoons and cups and just organizing a bit better. So this is the one thing I don't really care for about my kitchen. So right here, this is the drawer that needs organizing. I need to put some more things in here. Down here, I once again have roll-out shelves, whatever you call them. And I mostly keep like my mixing bowls in here. I'll probably end up putting a few more things on here. Still getting organized in this kitchen, trying to figure everything out. Down here is more just my containers to store food and so on. So yeah. Also, I just set this out right now. The cabinet maker dropped by on Christmas and dropped this off. It was a Christmas present thanking us for our business. It's really cool. It matches the cabinets, but it's not really something that I want sitting out. So I'm not sure what I want to do with it, but right now, since I'm pretty sick, I like to have a lot of my supplements on here. I've got some turmeric that I make tea out of. It's good for inflammation. I have boswellia extract. That's really good for inflammation, vitamin K2 and D3. My trusty colostrum. I have slippery elm bark. Some probiotics. I'm being a little careful with those right now. And then some aloe vera juice. And this is frankincense, which is also really good for inflammation. And I put that some in my tea. So this was a really super sweet gift. But yeah, I don't like having it out on my counter. Like I said before, I've just been kind of moving into the kitchen, throwing things here and there. Still getting an idea of where I want things. So there's certain parts, yeah, I don't have completely figured out. So now let me show you my appliance garage. I really, really like this. A lot of the older traditional styles, a lot of you said you haven't heard of appliance garages, but I think they're kind of outdated, but I really like this. They usually had kind of a rolling door, which I did not like. For here, they got me like the 2 small doors, and I'll show you inside. Another thing that I never liked about appliance garages is a lot of them just came straight down off this corner, and it looked a little bit like, I don't know how to explain it. Our craftsman said he likes it when they're set back a little bit. He just started doing it, and I really like the look of that. These doors open the whole way back, which makes it nice, but we keep our Ninja mixer, and it can stay plugged in. I have my handheld mixer, the toaster, and then I also keep my bread basket in here. And some butter. Probably shouldn't do that. Some sparkling grape juice. That needs to go elsewhere. But it's really handy whenever I have like a shake that I just want to do like 1 cup. I can just go right back in here and turn it on and not have to like pull it out. So then everything's nicely and hidden away. The same goes with toast. You can just pull it out, quickly make a toast here, set it back in, move everything back in, and shut the door on your mess. I really like the Lazy Susans that we have. I want to get this more organized. Cotton balls, they need to go somewhere else. More have snacks here, but down here I have a lot of my baking stuff. So yeah. Up here I have another Lazy Susan. And then on the very top, there's some shelves. So up here on the second one, I have a lot more of my specialty flours, cooking stuff, collagen, gelatin, bone broth, coconut flour, and so on. Down here, this is still a bit of a mess. Been kind of just catching random things, so this all definitely needs to get more organized. Right down beside the dishwasher, this is just like a narrow place for your baking sheets. And then up here above the coffee maker, I have my coffee stuff, cookbooks, and teas and coffee things, and some more storage up top. Moving on here, this is nothing really major. This is just a flip out for things, and then just a normal cabinet underneath the sink. This once again is also a normal cabinet, needs some organizing. I keep saying that, but anyway, yeah, nothing great to show there. Another just standard cabinet. This is where I keep my plates, cups, so on. You can see the top is empty, it's not filled up. Moving on down, I have a double trash can here, which I love, love, love. That works out so handy. This is where I keep my silverware. And then over here, I'm still trying to figure out everything, but I like to keep bags, saran wrap in there. This is where I have my tea towels, and I might use 2 drawers for that because these are pretty narrow. I need to wash my tea towels. So yeah. Oh, there's the rest of my tea towels. Anyway, and then the bottom, I just have kind of some hodgepodge of stuff. Up here, I love this. The reason this does not extend the whole way out over the fridge is because of the lights. It was kind of a mistake. They got them too close. However, I really like it because it amplifies my beam a little bit. So I just have to reach over here, pull out, and I have slots for my 9x13 and 8x8 baking dishes. Love that. And then this one out here also pulls out, and this is where I keep some of my bigger stuff like pictures and so on. And bye-bye! Soft close, love it. So there you have it, a tour of my custom kitchen cabinets, which I love. They're so high quality. I'm hoping they'll last for the rest of our lives, if we live here for the rest of our lives. So, oh, I forgot one more thing. Look at this. I've got a pull-out cutting board, and it's set off from the trash so that I can just cut up my things and then whoop, over into the trash can. Love it. And then they also put one in over here for me. That way, you're not supposed to set hot things on here without like hot pads and so on. But I can set them on here if I need to. So I can just transfer from the stove right onto here, and I can also cook or chop right next to the stove. So this is really handy. I really hope you enjoyed that tour. I just love my new kitchen. It's such a blessing. It's just amazing to walk in here. Everything feels so fresh and clean, even when it's not sometimes. And yeah, it's just so much more efficient, and it's just amazing. Anyway, but let's talk about life again a little bit. I know I've been doing a fair amount of these chatty videos, but I wanted to throw this in there, especially for those of you that are part of this channel, regularly comment, regularly watch these videos. These are some updates on life. First off, a lot of you have been asking about my health. It's not doing so well. I'm gonna talk about that just a little bit. Something that I've not been wanting to talk a lot about on this channel, especially when I started. It was kind of one of those diseases I just didn't want to talk a lot about. But then I also realized there's so many people that have these hidden illnesses and diseases that so many people don't quite understand how it goes. And the journey can feel so lonesome when you suffer kind of in silence and in the background. And I know that when I watch YouTube videos and see people that are going through the same things I am, it helps me not feel quite so alone. So here's to drinking one nasty concoction. So in case you didn't know, I have a condition called ulcerative colitis. I got this soon after Xander was born, so I've been struggling with it since. A lot of people constantly ask when we're going to have another child. We would love to have another child. It just seems every time we want to start taking the leap of faith, I get hit with another flare, or it's getting close, or whatever. It's just my health is just so up and down, and it's super discouraging sometimes. However, this past year has been one of the best I've ever had. I've been over a year without hardly having a flare. There was 2 times in that year that I flared slightly, And I did what I normally do. I ate lots of probiotic foods and colostrum, and I was able to correct them really quickly. And so I was kind of getting confident, thinking, hey, I've got the secret formula. I'm not going to have a major flare ever again. I got careless. We are doing this house. It was so much stress, so much going all the time. We were constantly eating fast food on the go because we didn't have a kitchen. And a lot of junk food. I was neglecting my supplements, neglecting my probiotic foods, which is just key for me. And so I just kind of missed the mark. I'm so much the type of person that lives in the moment and kind of forget how bad it was in the past or how bad it could be in the future. Forget to be consistent with the things I'm supposed to take, the type of food I'm supposed to eat. And now I'm heavily regretting it, because once you get into a very severe flare, it takes a long time to get out, because I try to do things naturally. I had tried meds before. Prednisone was starting to not work very well. And anyone that's taken steroids knows how terrible they are. The meds they gave me weren't working, and the doctor was starting to advise me to have my large intestine cut out, and I wanted nothing to do with it. So I started taking the natural route. I found some great answers along the way, followed some very inspiring people, and now I'm back to square one again because I messed up and wasn't careful. And I do understand it's something I'll be battling with probably most of my life. Right now I am drinking a concoction of bone broth, both regular bone broth that we actually can get locally that has been boiled from like chicken bones and so on. It's like very gelatinous, which is really good for your gut lining. I also added some powdered beef broth just for extra clout, some collagen, which is really good also for the lining around your intestines, colostrum, which helps build the lining, helps you know, feed your good bacteria. And what else did I throw in? Oh, an egg, raw egg yolk. Ugh. Basically, I need something. This is about all I can stomach right now, and it kind of gives me a little bit of protein. This is about all I will have in a day's time. I have tried eating some, but it's just been a long process with eating, so I'm trying to give my gut a break. And if you don't know what ulcerative colitis is, it's basically large ulcers all the way through your large intestine. At least for me, mine affects the entire colon. And so all you do is pretty much run to the bathroom all day long, and you can't really leave your house a whole lot, especially when it's really bad. I have hardly any energy, and it's just hard. However, this isn't the hardest part about what's going on right now. This morning, I said goodbye to my husband and my son Xander. They are flying out west.
What?
Did you sleep good?
No.
Xander, listen. What do you think you're gonna do today?
No.
With Daddy?
What?
You're gonna go on an airplane ride.
No.
Yeah, real soon.
Grandma's gonna take us to the airport.
Actually, it might be Brian or Leroy now.
Oh.
Are you gonna ride in a big jet with Dad?
Pardon.
You know what, babe? You should.
Oh, you packed already, huh?
Yeah, I got all the clothes you wanted.
Okay. You're pretty excited to go with Dad, huh?
Yeah. I'm trying to hide it.
You love eggs, don't you? Beep, 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 beep. Okay, let's eat. You got egg on your shirt. What did I say there?
I say it all green.
It is green, isn't it?
Kind of woke up on the wrong side of the bed, huh? You're doing what?
I was packing it.
Okay, here, you need to come over here and get some of these clothes.
Put some. What else I put in front of
Put
it?
your leaf pad in there and your sippy cup.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I think you're all packed and ready?
No, but Cletus didn't take along.
You want Cletus along. He's gonna take up a lot of room in there. Okay, squish him in.
He's too big a one.
That in your backpack. You want that on the airplane.
Oh. Like get the cord off.
Okay.
I put it.
reason I kind of gave you the whole spiel about my disease and whatever is to kind of lay a foundation as to why I'm here. And my husband and son are out west with his family. Actually, the time I'm making this video, they're probably flying right now. It's been so difficult. So an update on Nolan's dad. For those of you who don't know, he had gotten cancer. He was on chemo. Then he got COVID. And then he got pneumonia. And so he's in the hospital. We thought he was doing well and pulling through. And then just the end of this week, the doctor said that it's a higher probability that he won't make it versus pulling through. We heard the first news that things are going south. It was Thursday night. Last night it was Friday night, and we heard it's not looking so good, and it'd be wise if we all, go out and basically say our goodbyes, I guess, in case it would turn for the worse. Anyway, so here I am. And sometimes the human part of me just wants to, and it does, shouts out at God and asking, are you really holding up your end of the bargain and saying that you won't give us more than we can handle? Sometimes I ask myself why I share all this stuff on my channel, some of the hard things, but I'm a firm believer in showing real life, because we all struggle. We can go through social feeds and videos where people just make it look like their life is just the absolutely most amazing thing. And if I were just to post videos like kitchen renovations, that's what it would look like. And so having a beautiful kitchen pales in comparison to losing someone you love, to all this health issues, just everything. And so I like to try to have a balance here, I guess, in sharing some of the raw things of life, I guess. So this morning because I'm here sipping on my sludge and can't really travel a whole lot right now, I had to stay home. And Nolan and Xander went, and it's really hard to know your husband is going through something where he might possibly be saying goodbye to his dad. And I can't be there. Anyway, see if I can get through this without getting emotional. So they weren't letting anyone in to see him, which made it also really hard. But then, like in the last couple of days, they finally let Nolan's mom in, and they're now letting family in one at a time. Thankfully, actually today there was some better news that he seemed to be improving some. The scary thing is he has a lot of scar tissue on his lungs. So even if he's able to, still breathe, get oxygen, his body has been through so much with his chemo and cancer, and it's been fighting for so long that it's more of a worry about his the rest of his health. Like, can it keep up and working so hard? So yeah, but we did have some good news that today was definitely had a good night last night, and he was able to get out of bed a little bit. And so there is hope. There is hope it'll all be okay. Yeah, but it's just hard. Makes you question things when here I am, sick, can't leave much, can't do a whole lot. I feel useless. So the plan is that Nolan flew out with Xander. We decided, you know what, it'd be really nice if Xander could just meet his grandpa. We haven't been out there for a little over a year. Maybe it's going on 2 years now. It's terrible. All of us, Nolan has been out. So we thought it'd be nice if Xander could go out, meet his grandpa, if it's even just through the window. And if he continues to improve or, stay the same, they'll be flying back in a few days. They're just going to be gone from Saturday to Tuesday. However, if things don't improve and I need to go out, which I plan to if at all needs possible, I pretty much kind of stopped eating, just drinking this. It seems my gut handles this really well because it's basically pre-digested food. It doesn't take any work. And it helps my stomach relax from all the digesting it has to do if I eat any type of solids. So if I can do this for a few days, like 3 days or so, then there's a better possibility that I can actually get on a plane and make it without being so sick all the time and yeah, but flying gives me a lot of anxiety because I'm often taking, you know, if I'm really bad, I'm probably running to the bathroom 20 to 30 times a day. If I'm doing well, it's more like, you know, 5 to 10 times. So flying, you know, you're standing in lines everywhere. You're waiting, and then when you're in the airplane, you're not allowed to get out of your seat and through takeoff and landing, and then you have all these layovers and waiting to get on and off the plane and crowds, and it's, people don't understand how much anxiety that is until they walk that path where you just can't get to the place you need to get to. So yeah, so that gives me a lot of anxiety. I don't want to go that route. So we do have a camper, and if I need to go out, or if we need to all go out later, even once Xander's home, we're actually thinking of driving, even though it would probably be more expensive for me alone anyway to drive out than to get a ticket. I can at least take the camper along. If I'm not feeling well, I can pull over and just rest or use a bathroom if I need it. It's just always right there with me. It would be a lot less stressful. So that's kind of the plan, but we're still hoping and praying for a miracle that he'll make a recovery, but it's kind of what we're going through right now. But anyway, sometimes it just feels like, yeah, if it's not one thing, it's the next. So the plan is to get my inflammation down so that I can start eating good foods. Some of you were mentioning diets. I do follow like a GAPS SCD diet. It's kind of similar maybe to FODMAP, some of you had mentioned. Takes out all inflammatory foods, I guess, and you slowly add in foods as you heal. And I believe the key is good probiotic foods, and that I was very much slacking on, and it caught up to me. So if I get better, don't you all ever let me forget to eat probiotic fermented foods with every meal. It's a hard commitment, but I've got to do it. I can't live like this. Hopefully there'll be a video next week. I know you'll all be understanding if there's not. I try to give an update if I don't have videos out. I need to do more stories on YouTube to try to give you in between updates. So remember to check those out. I'm not quite as consistent on that. Instagram, if you feel like following me there. I also post updates on there occasionally. I'm not super active on all those platforms, but I do try to be consistent here on YouTube, videos every Friday. But yeah, that schedule might break a little bit here depending on how the next few weeks pan out. So anyway, we'll see you guys when I see you all. Bye.